Gary, a 3-0 home victory over Canvey Island this afternoon. Do you think the scoreline undermined our dominance today?
Yeah, I mean, undermined maybe, but I did feel when we went in at half time, Jack, we should have been more than 2 goals to the good. We had lots of good balls and lots of good situations and got ourselves into some great areas and dominated large parts of the first half and really should have gone in better than 2 goals to the good. But it's a tricky scoreline. It's one of them horrible scorelines in football. You need to make sure you apply yourself correctly and you do try and get that next goal. Obviously the penalty situation, which I'm sure you'll touch on, is a key moment in the game because it will give them a lift and it would have maybe seen us a little bit more edgy, but I did believe there was another gear to come in us even if that had gone in, because I do believe that this group is really strong, and if you looked at our bench today it was ridiculously strong. So good win and a much needed win, Jack, with where we find ourselves.
There are a handful of good performances today, but Sam Donin played a crucial part in the win after saving the penalty at the start of the second half. You must be extremely pleased with his contributions, not just today but the season as a whole.
Yeah, I think he's the best in the division, Jack, and I stand by that. You'd argue the division above he would challenge. His distribution is excellent. He's got a demeanour and a personality that you can't help but warm to. He was given information today on the penalty from James Smith, so a lot needs to go. Credit to Jimbo. He obviously done his due diligence on Sash and his recent takes. That goes beyond maybe his last one as well. So credit to Sam. It was a real key moment in the game, because I've just said, they get that next goal, I think their towels are up, and there may be a slight edginess about us, as I've just said, and there's a quite youthfulness about our side today. If you look at it, it was pretty young in certain areas, but Sam's been outstanding all year, and long may that continue, Jack.
Todd Miller and Anthony Janner were left out the side today. Does that just emphasise the depth in the squad? Yeah,
it does. I mean, if you look at the starting 11 today, the players on the bench, starting with Frank Merrifield, he's been nursing a niggle on his knee, so we was able to manage him. Femi's been nursing a calf injury as well, which again allowed us to rest him. Aaron Pollock is obviously on recovery trail still. Moses has obviously played maximum minutes only sort of five days ago, so we was able to manage him. But in Ansu's and Todd's situation, Todd was, he's still nursing a groin injury that he's had since the first week of coming into the building, and he's still feeling it. He felt it in training. That was on Monday, because we were in for training on Monday the 23rd, and he didn't feel 100% with it, so we are going to manage it to the best of our ability. And Ansu just wasn't selected today, simply because of where we're at squad-wise. We are getting bodies back, and there's some strong bodies and real competition in that position at the moment for Ansu, and he's got to keep grafting and working to get himself in. But yeah, the depth of the squad and the strength of the squad is starting to show its teeth, Jack, which is pleasing to see.
Attention's now quickly turned to Saturday's hotly anticipated trip to Dover Athletic. You've mentioned this a lot this season about being within striking distance, so how confident are you of closing the gap at the top?
Yeah, I'm confident we'll close the gap, Jack. I am, but look, they've been remarkably consistent. Credit must go to Jake and his players. We've looked after our job and our tasks today. They've obviously got a tough game, hopefully against the Hastings sides that obviously put in a performance like they did against us. I don't know how that's going at the moment, but it's it's a game that's not defining in our season. I've just said that to the chaps. It's an important game, and it's a game that's going to close the gap to get us where we want to be. Our targets and our aims are still to finish top of the pile. If we can continue to be consistent and continue to keep moving forward in certain aspects of our game and getting better and improving, then I have no doubt that we'll come good for when it matters, because there's plenty of experience in the side. The team and the squad are still going through second and third gear. I still feel there's another gear or two to come from them, and that's again really pleasing for us. It's, as a management team, we've got to keep demanding and keep working on the bits that will get us going through the gears, and the boys are really focused to try and achieve what we set out to do in the summer. And obviously Saturday's game is an important one, but as I say, not a defining one, but we'll be going there to win the game, Jack.